Hey friends, if you love photography and like to sell your photos and videos online, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon and turn on all the notifications so that you never miss any video guides from the Teaching Dog channel. Hi guys, today as you requested, I'll be showing you how do I edit my photos. Okay, so I'll be using Adobe Photoshop. Mind it, this is just the way how I edit, so how you edit can be a lot different, and I have not taken any course, and which is not essential nowadays because YouTube has got so many good Photoshop tutorials. So this is the image. So these are the many images that I took with my son. Okay, so this is a wonderful image, so I'll be editing this and I'll be posting it in my social media. So these are mobile images. Okay, so the clarity is actually not very good. Okay, so there's a lot of noise over here and image quality pixelation. So if I upload it into Shutterstock, it will be rejected, but nevertheless I'll show you how do I do it. So over here you can see Adobe Photoshop. So remember, Adobe Photoshop is a paid application, and since I am an Adobe stock contributor, I actually received 1 year free Creative Cloud subscription. So this is Adobe Photoshop CC 2020. So first I will create a background layer with Ctrl J. Okay, now I will be doing it very fast so that this video doesn't take a lot of time. So what I will do is, the main aim is to cut the background from the subject. Okay, so I will use quick selection tool, very important. Okay, quick selection tool does a very good job. Somewhere you need to press zoom with Control plus. Okay, and you will see the selection of the ear etc are not very good. If they don't do a good job, you need to simply click Alt, okay, left Alt, and then you can just deselect them. So Alt will make that minus. You can see over here, this is a plus and Alt makes it a minus. So now it becomes minus. So this precision you need to do. I am doing it grossly because I'll make the fine adjustments later. Okay, this area is tricky because the color of the background is same as that of my hair. Okay, over here you can see the finger of the little guy. So more or less I am happy with the gross selection. So now what I will do is, I will make a new layer with this selection. So I will zoom out, Control minus, and I will make a new layer with Control J. So over here you can see a new layer. Now if I turn off the visibility of these background layers, you can see it's more or less done. Okay, but it's not finished. So what I need to do here is, I need to just go and then minutely make the fine adjustments. So I can select P or the pen tool, and then I will use the pen tool for finer adjustment. Okay, after you have closed the loop, you need to click Control Enter and then press delete on the keyboard. Okay, so that will delete the unwanted area. Now you need to select Control D to let go of the selection. Similarly, we need to look at the areas where our quick selection tool did not do a great job. Then we need to again select the pen tool, and near the shoulder there is an area where I need to cut. Alt to break the handle. Control Enter, delete, and then Control D. So it's gone. And the hand, over here there are some artifacts. Close the loop, Control Enter, delete, and then Control D. So this is how. Now over here you can see, you can use simply the eraser tool also. Okay, make sure a very soft brush is selected, and then you can gently take zoom and make the brush size very small. You can use the square bracket keys to make the brush size small and large, so depending on your preference you can do it. All right, now there's a big area. I can simply use the quick selection tool W and select this area first. To let's see what is happening. Zoom, and then Alt to let go of these unwanted areas. Okay, fine. Then click delete. Good job. Control D to let go of the selection. There's another area, delete. Okay, Control D. So it's fine. Eraser tool will help you erase unwanted stuffs. Okay, so this part is done. Next I need to select the area between the ears and here. Okay, so again quick selection tool, delete. Let's see something which is remaining. Again delete, delete. Now if I let go control, you can see the areas are quite jagged. Then what you need to do is select the pen tool to make the selection smooth. Okay, then I will Alt. The pen tool selection is a very tedious job. Okay, you need to give some time. The more time you spend on the pen tool, the better will be your selection. So control enter, and now we'll click delete, and the whole thing is more or less done. Okay, now there may be few areas which the quick selection tool cut from the original thing, right? So you need to click on Y. Y is the history brush tool, and this history brush tool will bring those areas back. So you can see my ears were being cut by the quick selection tool, so I now bring them back. And E, now I want the unwanted part gone, so I will just erase. So remember, after you done the selection and made a new layer, if you click on Y, you can bring back the erased layers with the help of history brush tool. The shortcut is Y. I again rubbed some part of my ear. Okay, so I need to bring it back with the help of Y. So Y, history brush tool, and then again bring it back. Fine. Okay, now the most tricky part, this is done, almost done. Now the most tricky part is the hair. So how do I make the hairs look good and natural? Okay, now I will give it a gray background. So how do you give a gray background? We need to select gray or off-white. Okay, so this is the background color. Okay, you can select it from the swatches. So now you can see the foreground color is this. Now I will select the bottom layer. Okay, and the shortcut is Alt and backspace. So if I give Alt and back, the background layer is now this color. Okay, so if I just switch it on, you can see the background layer, all the objects are completely gone, and this is a nicely isolated subject in my background. But still the selection is not good enough because my hair looks rubbish. Okay, now there is the tricky part. You can make your own hairbrush. Okay, so what you need to do is, over here you need to select brush. Okay, and then you can select the brush pattern. I have got my own hairbrush. Now how did I make this brush? That I will show you in this. Okay, you need to select Control N. So Control N, you can let go and select a normal brush. Just on a white background, select this. Make a randomly, okay, draw a, make a, unlock this layer, and now you can use the B, that is brush tool, to brush tool, use the B brush tool. All right, select a hard brush, make the size of the brush a bit larger, and then you can paint like this, then perhaps a small one, another small one, and a big one. Okay, just like this. Now what you need to do is you need to turn off the background layer. Okay, and you need to select the magic wand tool. So magic wand tool is available under quick selection tool. The shortcut is W. Okay, since it is a full white background, it doesn't matter what the tolerance is. You can set the tolerance to 50 and then click. Okay, so now all the white part will be selected. You need to click W, I mean delete. If you delete this, only the black part will be remaining. You hit Ctrl D. Now what you do is you click on the black area with the help of magic wand tool. Make sure this contiguous menu is switched off. So now when you select one, all the same colors will be selected. So now this is selecting all these. So now what you need to do is edit and define brush preset. I will make it PS hairbrush tutorial. I will name this brush like this. Okay, and click OK. So now you can see this is your own hairbrush. Okay, you can paint with this. Now what I will do is I will now go back, and now this brush is selected. Now I can paint, but this will not happen. You need to switch off, or you need to decrease the brush size very fine, as small as possible. It should be as small as a single strand of hair. Okay, so keep pressing the icon, that is the left bracket. Okay, closing bracket. Now you can see it is sampling the hairs. Now what should be the color? The color should be the hair color of your hair. How you can select that? You need to press Alt and select from here. Then you can give some artificial hairs over here. It's best if you make a new layer. Okay, so make a new layer over here and paint on the new layer. If you can make it more small so that a single hair looks so real. So over here, wherever there are jagged parts, you need to make it real by making selection with the hairbrush. Mind it, I'm using mouse. Okay, I'm not using any tablet. So many Photoshop videos on the YouTube must be showing you they are using tablets. So of course tablet are very easier to operate. Okay, but this is possible with simple mouse clicks only. Okay, now you need to take your time and you need to decorate depending on your patience and needs where you'll be using, but trust me, you can get some very realistic results with this. Okay, wherever you think the hair selection is bad, you can just add more hairs with this. I'll add some hairs of the baby as well. Guys, this can take a lot of time depending on your selection. Okay, now it's looking much better. Okay, and I'm just showing you for demonstration purpose. Okay, I can take a lot of time. Now this layer is normal. You can change the values of the blend mode to make it better. Okay, suppose soft light or pin light, and even darken, multiply, color burn. These are all blend modes that you can experiment on them, and then you can ultimately come to a final result. So if you are happy, suppose I am happy with my multiply, you need to decrease the opacity of this layer also, so that will make a very realistic looking hair. So if you are happy, now you need to fine tune the things. Now what you need to do is you need to zoom in 100% and you need to look at the imperfection. So over here I can see some things have been left over here. I will zoom more and I will select the underlying layer. I will click the erase brush, that is eraser brush, and I will rub these. I painted some stray hairs. Some stray hairs can also be rubbed. Okay, so you can experiment, but most importantly the hair brush is very important. You see guys, I just did in a hurry these part what the brush size was very thick. So now you can always give makeup. Okay, you need to make it look natural. So you can see I can switch on and off the layer. It was so rounded and now it is looking so good. Now what I can do is I can add a bit of light in this image. So I will select this layer and I'll control M, and that will bring out the curves, and then I can make some additional adjustment in lighting. Now the image is looking fine, and I just pressed control backspace. That's a very bad thing to do, you don't do that. So this was how it looked like, and I made a curves adjustment pressing control M, and now this is looking really great. Okay, now you can see there are some noise over here. In this video I will not be using very aggressive noise reduction. I have already made a video regarding noise reduction, you can check. So I will simply filter noise and reduce noise, and depending on the area, okay, I can see the automatic noise reduction has done a very good job. Okay, so I'll just click OK, and I'm happy with this. Okay, if you are not happy, you can always let it go and then do it on your own. Okay, better make a new layer with control J and then add the noise reduction, filter noise and then reduce noise, and then when you click OK, you can see the noise is gone but the eyes are not sharp. So you can always use the eraser brush and bring back the detail of the eyes by just rubbing. The eyes need to be sharp. That's the most important criteria for any good portrait, that is sharp eyes. So it's more or less done. Now you can create some additional blank space. I will click layer and flatten image. So the whole image is now a single layer. Now what I can do is I can select this layer. You need to this color, the background color. How will I do it? I need to click on Alt and then click over here. Better make a new layer with Control J, hit the brush tool B and hit Alt, and you can sample this layer. Okay, Alt and click. Now this layer is over here. Now you select the crop tool C, and then you can simply increase your canvas size. Now this background layer I will color it with full gray. So what will happen? Alt backspace. Now this whole thing is looking much better. So here's a photo of a kid in his father's lap, okay, and full gray background. So now this image is almost ready. I will save it as PSD, or you can even save it as JPEG. So JPEG, I will select image 1 and make sure it has the highest resolution and click OK. So now you are done. Now I will go and I will compare two images and I will show you how what was the original image looking like. So this is the original image. It's so much garbage in the background, and this is the final image. You can see it's looking so much dramatic and it is looking like a full studio image, but this was nothing but like this. It's a simple mobile photograph taken at my home. So I hope you improve your Photoshop skills so that you can do everything in Photoshop and you can make a simple or a bad looking image a good looking image in Photoshop. So please feel free to get back to me in the comment section, and I will be soon starting a detailed Photoshop tutorial on how you can use all of these tools. So please stay tuned and share this video if you liked, and I will see you in the next one. Meanwhile, the code of the day is layer. Photoshop is composed of layers, so the code of the day is layer. So feel free to type this in the comment section and I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye and take care.